Good morning to everyone. Myself N. Kalpana. I'm from Sri GK Jain Higher Secondary School, Royapuram. For more educational video, please subscribe our YouTube channel.
Today for the 12th standard I am going to explain the lesson is coordination chemistry and the topic is example of valence bond theory. In the previous class we discussed about the main features about the valence bond theory, how the valence bond theory has been explained, in what basis we have to given, all those things we discussed in the previous classes. Now we go ahead with the example. Let's see the example. First one is about the NiCO4 nickel tetracarbonyl. Okay. The first thing is we have to find the oxidation number. In the previous classes we discussed how to find the oxidation. In the 11th standard itself you know about how to find the oxidation state. First one, we have to find the oxidation number for the metal. Here nickel will be the central metal, so we have to find the central oxidation number for the nickel. So let it be as a X. How many carbonyls are there? 4 carbonyl. Carbonyl will be the neutral atom, so it becomes 0. So 4 into 0. Here there is no, it will be in the compound form only, not in the ionic form. So it becomes 0. 4 into 0, anything. So oxidation number becomes 0. And next one, outer electronic configuration. For this outermost electronic configuration, we have to know the 3D series. In the 3D series we have 10 elements are there. We should know the 10 elements in the order with the atomic number with the electronic configuration. Here the nickel whose atomic number is 28. Okay, how can you write the configuration? Based on the noble gas, here argon will be there. So let it be the atomic number of 18. So compare with the argon, you will be having 3D8 4s2. So what is our outermost configuration for the nickel? It will 3D8 4s2. So we have to draw the outer orbital of nickel. So for the outermost configuration 3D8 and 4s2, let me draw 1, 2. So first you have to fill the off field, then only you have to pad up it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Totally we will be having 8 electrons in the d orbital. And yes, 2 electrons will be there. Obviously the p orbital will be in the vacant orbital only. And next one, nature of the ligand. So you should know about the nature of ligand. It will be having 2 kinds. One is the strong ligands, other one will be in the weak ligands. The CO which is under the strong ligand. What is the nature of strong ligands? If the compound will contain the strong ligand means, if it is unpaired electrons will be there means it will be have the tendency to pad up. Okay. So here the unpaired electrons are there. So what is the nature of ligands? It is a strong ligands. What is the nature of strong ligands? It will be having the tendency to pad up itself. So get it from the s orbital, it should be paired up. So 3D8 series will be formed as a 3D10 orbits, and s orbital and the p orbital become, s orbital becomes 0 and obviously p orbital has a vacant space. And next one, what is the coordination number? Before that we have to hybridize. So hybridize means it will be in the vacant orbitals are combined to form the 4 orbital. So how can it will be in form? 1 from s orbital and 3 from 4 orbital. Totally you will be having a 4 orbital. These are the hybridized sp3. Hybridized will be there. And coordination number based on the ligands. Here 4 ligands are there. The coordination number is 4. That means 4 ligands, 4 elements have the tendency to donating the electrons. Here the 4 empty space is there. So it is been ready to accept the electron from the ligands. So what is the orbital? Whether it will be in an inner orbital or outer orbital. If you see all the d block, all the d orbitals are filled. So we have to take in the hybridized orbital from the s orbital as well as the p orbital. It means it is the outer orbital. If you are taking the hybridization from the d orbital, if the d orbitals are involving means it is called as the inner orbital. Here in this compound d orbitals are filled. We have taken the hybridized from the s and the p orbital. So it become outer orbital. So outer orbital is otherwise called as a high spin orbital. And next one, based on the coordination number we have decided the geometry also. So if it is 4 means we have 2 kinds of geometry. One is a square planar, other one is a tetrahedral. How can we classify whether it is a square planar or a tetrahedral based on the hybridization? If the hybridization sp3 means it is a tetrahedral. Okay, if it is dsp2 means it is a square planar. And next one, it is about the magnetic property. So we have know that two magnetic properties are there. One is a paramagnetic, other one is a diamagnetic. On basis of the spin only we have find here there is no unpaired electron. All it should be paired. That is why it is a diamagnetic in nature. Then we have to find the magnetic momentum based on this formula, root n into n plus 1, where n is the number of unpaired electrons. Here there is no unpaired electrons are formed because all it should be paired up. So n equal to 0, the magnetic moment of this compound will be 0. Some cases they are being discussed with directly, and some few cases in one word they are asking, they have given the compound, they are asking whether it is a tetrahedral, the shape have been asked, the magnetic property or the magnetic momentum also asking. So they are the two possibilities of questions is there. And next we see the next example. Here it is also nickel CN4. Here instead of carbonyl we are using cyanide. The first thing again the same one, electron oxidation number. So for whatever it is in the Weibull theory, first whatever the compounds you have been given, you have to find the oxidation number of the metal. Here what type of metals we are using? Nickel is a metal. So we have to find the oxidation number. So let it be X plus, how many ligands are there? 4 ligands are there. 4 into, and what is the number of cyanide? It is a negative 1, it is a minus 1, and ions are minus 2, it will be given. So overall net charges will be minus 2. In this case the overall net charges is not given, so let it be 0. But here they have been given, we have to substitute. If you have substituted, you will be getting plus 2. The same nickel, see here the nickel will be present, here the nickel will be present. So based on the ligands and based on the net charges, the coordination numbers have been differed. Here the coordination number is 0, here the coordination number is plus 2. Next one, same thing, outer electronic configuration of nickel. Here in this case we are discussing about only for the elemental form of nickel, but here it is in the ionic form of, that will be Ni2 plus. So 2 plus means we have removed the 2 electrons. So what is the configuration? 3d8, here it will be given 3d8, 4 is 2. So we have to remove 2 electrons. Here if you have removed the 2 electrons, let it be 3d8, 4 is 0. And next one you have to draw the outer orbital for Ni2 plus. Keep it in your mind. You have to check whether it will be in the ionic form or it is be in the elemental form. Ni2 plus. So 8 electrons will be there. You have to substitute 8 electrons. But here S orbitals, S electrons is not being filled. It will be in 0 only. And we have to find the nature of ligand. Obviously it is also a strong ligand. Strong ligand having the tendency to pair up itself. If it is a weak ligand means it should be same, it will be in continue. Then it will be in exhibit in the magnetic property. Is it all clear? What is the difference of strong field and weak field means? If it is strong field means it will be paired up. So there is no possible of unpaired electron, let it become diamagnetic. But if it is a weak field means it does not showing any paired up, it will be follow the same one. So unpaired electrons are being present, so it will become paramagnetic, as well as the magnetic moment also show some values. Okay. So strong field, so those unpaired electrons are paired up. Here one orbits are vacant orbit. Next step is about the hybridization. How many ligands are there? 4 ligands are there. So here d orbital 1, vacant orbital 1, then s 1, and p we have taken 2. So let it be s, d, s, p, 2. What is the hybridization for NiCN4? It is dsp2. Okay, for showing the difference only I will be put it as a into. It is being donated, these electron is donated from the ligands. Next one, here it is being taken as an inner orbital because it is being getted from the d orbital. That is why it is called as an inner orbital or otherwise low spin. And next one, it is also the valency will be the 4. Here 4, here it is also 4. But the square hybridization is here it is a sp3. That is why here it is a tetrahedral. But here dsp2. even though it will be having the same coordination number, but the orbital hybridization will be differ, automatically the geometry will also be differ. Here it will be square planar. Then when you see the magnetism, all it should be paired up. There is no unpaired electrons are there. So these compound will exhibit the diamagnetic. So where when you see the magnetic momentum, number of unpaired electrons are 0. So magnetic momentum will be 0. So in this lesson we have discussed about the valence bond as well as the example of valence bond. So from this we can expect these type of questions, or directly they have given the compound, they are asking whether it has been outer orbital, tetrahedral or geometry, whatever. In the 1 marks also we can expect these questions. Thank you.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.